You knew it wasn't going to take long. Gervonta Davis ducked Shakur Stevenson and is the reason that Shakur Stevenson was forced to take this fight with Joe Cordina in Saudi Arabia on an undercard. It's Gervonta's fault. Let's talk about why people are saying this in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. Gervonta Davis, according to a large number of boxing fans, is the reason why the fight with Shakur Stevenson did not take place right now or next. And it is the reason that Shakur Stevenson has decided to chase the bag into a hole in Saudi Arabia. It's Tank's fault. Now, if you didn't see that coming, you need to pay much closer attention. Before I get into the details of this, and again, the background of it is that Shakur Stevenson, it's official, he will be fighting Joe Cordina on the undercard of Dmitry Bivol versus Arthur Beterbiev. He will be fighting on the same card as Jai Opatai and various other fighters. I saw the lineup. One thing that stood out in the lineup is that it's in Saudi Arabia, but they do have female fighters. So I stand corrected on that. Man, I didn't think they'd do that. That's good news for women's boxing, and good to see that Turki Al-Sheikh will do that. Now, Shakur Stevenson's still fighting on an undercard. And I'm sure he's getting the bag because he called it getting the bag. But what does it mean to get the bag? You're going to get a big payday? Now, are you going to get a lot of visibility? And are you going to get a good fight? The answer to that is no and no. In order to secure a fight with Gervonta Davis in the situation that he would be fighting Gervonta Davis in, he's going to need to be able to develop a large fan base. That afternoon fight on the undercard of Dmitry Bivol versus Arthur Beterbiev is not going to be something that's focusing fans on Shakur Stevenson in America. Let's be very clear. Number one, it's an undercard. And number two, it's an undercard to two fighters that most Americans have no clue who they are. If you said that Arthur Beterbiev is going up against Dmitry Bivol today. And you know what most people would say? They would say, oh, what tennis tournament is this? Is this a U.S. Open? Is it Wimbledon? Wimbledon? You know what I mean? No, or think it's two hockey players. They won't know who those two people are. So, no, it doesn't really do anything for get Shakur Stevenson a bunch of money. That's cool. But it really doesn't do anything as far as growing his name. And he's got a lot of backlash for it. And I don't have a problem with the backlash that he got because it's Joe Cordina. There's a bunch of people better than Joe Cordina, but not a bunch of other people that Turki Al-Sheikh wants to pay for. So that's what you get. Now, I don't fault him for getting his money and all of that stuff. I really don't. But I don't have a problem with people that criticize him for that fight. That would be disingenuous on my part if I did it. And I'm not into that today. Now, the people that are out here blaming Gervonta Davis and saying, look, why didn't Gervonta Davis send the contract? Why didn't Gervonta Davis fight him? Why didn't he pay him whatever he wanted to fight him? Why hasn't he done this? Why didn't he do that? This is a duck from Gervonta Davis. Now, the idea that that's a duck from Gervonta Davis is ludicrous because it's Shakur Stevenson that went and fought somebody else. Shakur did it. Not Gervonta. You don't know who Gervonta Davis is fighting. Gervonta was supposed to be fighting Lomachenko. Lomachenko said he wasn't interested this year. Then people had rumored that he was going to fight Isaac Cruz, but Isaac Cruz lost, so that's gone. So people are wondering, is it going to be Rayo Valenzuela? Is it going to be Edwin De Los Santos? Who will it be? But what they're not wondering is it going to be Shakur? Because Shakur is fighting Joe Cordina and said he is going to chase the bag and he's not waiting around. I don't have any problem with anybody that's criticizing Shakur for that, but I do have a problem with anybody that blames Gervonta Davis for that. That seems to me just to be a self-fulfilling prophecy that anything that you see that you think he's a duck. So anything that happens, as long as you can find a way to connect the dots, if there's any hole in it, hey, let's go for that. It's a duck. Duck talk in boxing on YouTube has become very, very, very prominent. Very consistent. This guy ducked, that guy ducked. There was a time when that was really like calling somebody a coward. Gervonta Davis ducked Shakur Stevenson, was afraid to fight Shakur Stevenson because Shakur Stevenson decided to fight Joe Cordina. That doesn't really jive with me, doesn't really make sense to me. But we know why it is. Because it is a constant attempt from different fan bases. The ex-Devin Haney fan base, because the ex-Devin Haney fans are similar to, I'm messing with you, but I got to tell you, y'all are similar to the ex-Keith Thurman fans. The ones, we're unified. Yeah. Well, when is he going to fight Errol Spence? But then he has kind of a downfall. So, inactivity, lost to Manny Pacquiao, got hurt with body shots. You jump off that bandwagon, but your dislike of the people that you were up against when you were on that bandwagon continues. So the fact that Ryan Garcia got bopped upside the head and lost against Ryan Garcia, you still have the little bit of that, he's duck and tank belief in your mind from before that time. And now that Devin's not in the picture, hey, let's transition that over to Shakur Stevenson. Because that's the only the only logic that I can think that actually fits what is taking place. But let's just be honest, ain't no way Gervonta Davis is responsible for that. If anybody is responsible for that, the economics of boxing at a very high level is responsible for that right now. The fact that offer's on the table is a sign of the times. Think about this. Shakur Stevenson is going to get more money. He's going to get more money than he's ever gotten in his career to go to Saudi Arabia and fight somebody the weakest opponent that he's fought in a championship fight ever on the undercard of a fight. This is the equivalent of going to perform in some rich person's living room. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having a concert outside. But anyway, it is what it is. That's my take on the matter. You guys can get up off Gervonta, man. Ain't no way. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.